Hey, it's Isabel, and today I am bringing you my first ever book haul. It was my birthday last week, so obviously I went out and got myself a bunch of books, and I thought it would be fun to show them to you and talk about why I'm excited to hopefully read them very soon. So I got a real mix of books, some new releases, some more like backlist books. Intimidatingly enough, I got, I think, 5 really big books. So I am kind of scared for my reading in the future because I don't tend to read big books first because I'm scared of them. But I am really excited for all of those, so I hope I will get to them even though they are big. But I think I will start off this haul with the smaller books and then work my way towards the big books that I got. So let's start with actually a recent release, and it is Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. I've seen this book all over the bookish internet lately. You might have seen the different cover, there's also like a blue one of this. But yes, I saw this in the bookshop and I couldn't resist getting it because it is a kind of dystopian story from what I gathered. I think there is a power outage of some sort, and there are like I think two families who like come together in this house in the countryside who have to then kind of try and survive and find out if they can trust each other or not. Something like that. I don't want to know too much about this book going into it because it is quite a short one, so I do like to be surprised. But I am in the mood to read some more dystopian fiction, so I thought I would give this one a try. Next up we have another book about survival, and it is Lord of the Flies by William Golding. This one I've meant to read for ages. I've been told that I would love it so many times, so I think it's just about time that I get to it. And I found this copy secondhand in a bookshop, and of course I had to get it. If you don't know, you probably do. But if you don't know, this book follows a group of boys who are stranded on an island and they have to survive there, and I think it turns bad really quickly. As I've said, this one has been recommended to me a lot, so I am very happy that I now finally have my own copy of it. Then we have Beneath the Night by Stuart Clark. This is actually the only one out of this stack of books I got that I've already read, because I had started the audiobook a while back and was still kind of reading it, but I was enjoying it so much that I just had to get myself a physical copy of this book. And it's also just absolutely stunning. So this book is non-fiction, and it's all about the night sky and humanity's relationship with the night sky throughout history. It is really well written, absolutely fascinating, and I am a bit obsessed with the night sky now after having read this. The last of the not so big books is actually a really tiny one, and it's this Persephone Classics edition of The Victorian Chaiselon by Margarita Lasky. And I love Persephone Classics, I have a few of them already. They publish works by women from the 20th century that have been out of print that they thought should really be reprinted again. So they are now publishing them in these really beautiful grey matching editions. And I have heard really good things about this particular one, and I think it is about a chaiselon that allows people to time travel when they are sitting on it. And that's all I had to know to make me really interested in reading this book. And now we are getting to my stack of really scary, really big books. I have to say though that all of these I am quite excited about. So in which order should I go through these? You know what? I will keep my most exciting one for last. And I will start with the one that is more of a backlist title and that I wanted to get because it's the continuation of a series. And it is A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. I have started reading the Game of Thrones books. As you can see behind me, I already have the first kind of few in these editions. I think it's actually the first 3 because some of them are like split up in 2 and stuff. But this is the next one that I will get to. I am kind of just buying them as I go along, and I felt like, you know what, in winter I probably will be in the mood to read another one of them, so I got myself A Feast for Crows. Then I have an instance of The Fingerpost by Ian Pearce, and this one I saw and it just instantly gave me dark academia vibes with like the cover and everything. I don't know if you can see, but there's like little words here that says lust, betrayal, secrets, murder, and it has like the skull, the book, everything that a dark academia read needs. So again, I actually don't know too much about it. It was more of the vibe of the cover that drew me in, and I've also heard really good things about the author, Ian Pearce. According to the blurb, it is set in Oxford in the 1660s, and it is in the aftermath of a murder, and I think it's different people's accounts of what happened. I love that time period. I love the setting of Oxford. I also do really enjoy kind of murder mysteries, so I do really hope that this one will keep my interest for the nearly 700 pages that it has. The next book is one that I had on my TBR, on like my mental TBR for quite a while, and it is A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. This one I was interested in because I've read Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James, and I've also listened to the podcast that Marlon James has with, I think, his editor, and the two of them are just really fun, and that just made me want to read more by Marlon James. And this one is about an attack, and I think the attempted murder of Bob Marley in the 1970s. And it follows a bunch of different characters over, I think, like 30 years or something like that. I really enjoy reading books that have like multiple perspectives and like interwoven characters, stories. So that's what I'm hoping to get from this one as well. Then I have another one that I've meant to read for ages, but I was scared of it because it's really big and people say it's really, really sad. But it is a booktube favourite, and you might already guess what I'm talking about. It is, of course, A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I have actually already read a book by Hanya Yanagihara, and that was, let me see, The People in the Trees. And I did like this one. It is a very strange book though, and it had some really uncomfortable topics, I will say. So I can kind of see what kind of direction this one might go in, but I do want to read it because I did really enjoy Hanya Yanagihara's writing style and also how she treated the topics in The People in the Trees. So I am kind of curious to see what A Little Life is all about, also because it just has such a big hype. People always cry when they read it, so I know I will be in for a very emotional ride with this one. And then lastly, we have one of my most anticipated reads of the whole year of 2020, and it is The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. I've talked about this book so many times before, but this one is a book that I really want to read again because I've read one of the author's previous books, which was, let me grab it as well, The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and this one was kind of a murder mystery mixed with a sci-fi kind of trope, and The Devil and the Dark Water again sounds like a kind of mashup of murder mystery and also maybe some supernatural things going on, because it is set on a boat where a detective who has been accused of murder himself, I think, is traveling, and then kind of strange things happen and he has to investigate what is going on. This one has so many aspects to it that I should really enjoy, that I just had to get myself a copy of it, and I hope that I will get to read it soon, and I really hope that I will enjoy it. Those were all of the books that I got myself for my birthday. I actually did film a scavenger hunt type of thing to find out which of these books I should read first, but you will have to wait until next week to see that video, thanks to the magic of YouTube and pre-filming things. But that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!